The primary place where work is done in BigWave is in a work order. Work orders are organized in collections called projects. Projects provide logical groupings of work orders and enable you to define separate custom fields, track different statuses, provide different types of alerts and reporting. I could go on. The takeaway is projects adapt to the unique needs of each customer you work with. Customization through projects is extensive but easy for anyone to do. In this video, we're going to very quickly create a project in a single work order just to show you the basic steps involved. Normally, projects are created through imports because the list of sites is generally known, but in this video, we will just use a very simple example to demo the process from start to finish. I am on my home page in the projects area. The first thing that must be done when creating a project is to create a new customer. Our customer for this demo is Kroger, and you can see we only have a single customer in our system right now, Phillips Conoco. If the Kroger customer was already in this list, then we could skip this step. But since it's not, we will create it. So I'll create a customer called Kroger, and I will click on the Create button. And when I do that, the customer record for Kroger is created. Notice if I click on Finished, Kroger is now in my list, and I can just simply click on it to go back to my Kroger customer. To create work orders, we're going to need at least one site. I'll make up a fake site ID, and I just made up some fake information to create a site. If we put in a primary contact, then that could be useful if we're going to keep track of things like the site manager. So you can see that we've created a single site record. You can certainly create them one by one by using the Add Site button, but generally we will import those out of a spreadsheet. We'll save that for a different video. If I drill into the site, notice now my blue bar says Customer Kroger, site KRO 1991. It has its own page, but really nothing has happened yet at this site. There is no work order history. So let's back out, go back to Home, and notice again, if I click on Customers, I have my Kroger customer here. But now I'm going to go to the Projects area and click on Add Project. So it's been in the news recently that Kroger stores will be changing out many of their store shelves to leverage on-demand pricing. So this project is a rollout to convert every Kroger store shelf in a region to use this new on-demand pricing technology. So I'll just simply call this the on-demand pricing project. And I will choose Kroger as my customer. Click on Create. The project is created and opened. On the Site Tracking tab, I can see all my current statuses inside my project, and I can see that I have no work orders. All counts are 0. So let's create a work order. If I go to Setup and click on Create Work Orders, then I can search. We have one site entered, so I'll go ahead and enter that. And we get some default information off of our template, and we'll go into more of that later, but again in the name of Speed. And I'm not going to click on Open After Create, but simply Create Work Order. And it created a work order for me. Now, if I go back to my Site Tracking tab, I can see there is one work order. And if I click on that work order, it opens, and I can start tracking my on-demand pricing activities for this particular site inside this work order. Again, to keep things basic and streamlined, I just showed you how to create a customer, a site, a project, and a work order. Again, typically you will have lots of work orders to create, and any information that you would have in a spreadsheet that you might be thinking you have to enter manually can be simply uploaded. Again, that'll be a topic for a different video. But now you should have a good understanding of the minimum steps needed to create work orders inside BigWave.